Hello and welcome to the members only section of the podcast. If you're listening to my voice right now, that means that you're a member of the channel, and we cannot appreciate you more than what you have already done for us, and we're hoping that this will be sufficient for your subscription. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, E4, baby.
Hell yeah. So, unfortunately, Jerry did have to go from the counterpart of this episode, so you got me and Dino still. That's gonna be good. It's
We're
gonna be,
doing this late as hell, so
It's only 3
that is.
o'clock in the morning. What do you mean late?
Oh
Oh
goodness,
God.
but
You said you wanted to talk about something, right?
oh yeah, because it was funny how in the earlier episode that we were just coming off of, how we kind of had gotten sidetracked about that. Let's see, was the Kelly Gang armor.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's not why exactly, but incendiary ammunition, which was the topic I thought would be dumb and would make no sense, turns out to
Be led
have some
into it.
relevance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, and using
you have some experience with it actually. Now that I think about it, you've
yeah.
actually shot a gun with incendiary rounds.
Yeah, I
And
shot a Taurus Judge with a 410
oh my God, the Taurus! No.
yeah, it was Nolan's Judge shot the
Oh.
410 round out of it that had Dragon's Breath. So yeah, that was my first experience with an incendiary round.
What was that like? Oh my
So I
goodness.
shot two of them. One I'm actually got a short that's gonna be coming out from the previous video. If you guys watched the Mental Health Pew Pew Day video, we shot that round, and I'm gonna make a short of me and Nolan shooting that round. But it's really interesting with it. I guess it's different if you shoot it out of a longer gun, out of a long gun rather than a handgun. So,
That's exactly what I was like, the judge.
yeah, the
You.
Taurus Judge, handheld. For those of you who don't know, the Taurus Judge is a revolver that takes these shotgun shell rounds known as 410, but as well as a 45 long Colt. It's a really big round, and they typically come in a 1 to 3 inch barrel. I think Nolan's was a 2.5 inch barrel, or maybe it's a three. I think it's a 3 inch barrel. So it's very short, very compact. I think the overall length of the gun is probably maybe 6 inches long in total. So it's not very big. It's very short.
Nubby.
So you get this, and I think this is actually hand-packed ammunition. We got them from a local gun shop.
Oh,
Love those guys for giving us those. I don't think they meant to sell those to us, but they did, and they are amazing for doing so. So essentially, you're firing out this fire, like you're shooting this fireball, and it's about what you would think. It gets really hot really quick, a big flash of light, and then it gets cold and it's gone and it's all over the place, and you're like, oh fuck, did I just set everything on fire, or is everything
did I
good?
just fucking ignite the forest?
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, that day that we went out, luckily it had rained, and we had after we found out that it was Dragon's Breath, we're like, okay, let's make sure we got a fire extinguisher. Let's make sure we got all the stuff we need to in case
Jesus
fucking fires
Christ.
happen. Uh, but yeah, so I mean,
Gender
pyro
reveal. It's incendiary
rounds,
rounds.
gender reveal party. Uh,
Uh,
yeah, man. But no, pyrotechnic like stuff is really fucking cool. It can be really fun if you do it properly and are not a fucking idiot like we were apparently.
well, dude, well, I was always thinking about why the fuck did they exist in the first place? And I started doing some research, and I found out that first of all, they were originated from Britain. They were mainly popping up in World War One to shoot down Zeppelins.
Yeah, because they're made of cloth.
And oh yeah. Which I mean, back then makes a lot more sense as to what. I honestly didn't really think that they'd be used anywhere else other than like World War One when I was reading up on it. And then the more I was reading up on it, didn't even think about it. Oh yeah, explosive rounds, the kind of the natural evolution of incendiary rounds. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, shooting something that catches fire, then you upgrade that to being something explosive.
Because
Still
I started
pyrokinetic or
seeing that.
pyrotechnic.
Yeah, it's kind of in the same realm of science, I guess. But yeah, no, I ended up seeing that. Oh, they upgraded to armor piercing, so that makes sense. That they're a lot more used for like actually penetrating like axles of highly armored vehicles, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of like home use, like if you were to buy it right now, I didn't get that far as to what the fuck you'd possibly use fire's dragon's breath for, in like even in a self-defense
A
manner.
civilian market.
Eat
Uh,
lead and fire, bitch. I mean,
I guess to a degree, it could just be a fear factor more than anything. Just don't shoot it in your
oh my
fucking
god.
house. That'd be the worst thing for you to do.
Oh
Like
no.
if you're a dude out on a farm and you're like plowing the field or whatever, and some
Oh, you're
fucking
just
dumbass with a revolver or something comes out and's like, "Hey, give me your tractor, fucker," and you grab your shotgun, load it up with fucking 12 gauge dragon's breath, and you fire at this dude, even if he's a good distance away, that dude sees that fireball and gets flacked by some pellet, like some buckshot. Like he's done. He's not fucking with you anymore. Or even if you
oh
just
my
had like some I what was it, number 8 shot, like some light bird shot ammo, like loaded up in those with some fire with some like dragon's breath, and you just pepper a guy up a little bit with some fire. It's like he's not going
my
anywhere.
god.
Like, oh well, he is going somewhere. He's not coming after you anymore. If I'm trying to rob somebody and I see a fireball come at my balls, I'm dipping. Like
I mean, even
I'm
just a gun would do that, but a fire would be even if I
well,
guess if you had a
in the
gun
situation
yourself,
you would have the
then
gun, a gun that would reach a
yeah,
little farther than a shotgun would, and I'm assuming you're keeping a safe distance. But you see him with dragon's breath, you know this guy means business.
he's got way more ammo than I probably do.
Uh, but
Ah.
in a realistic scenario for why you would buy Dragon's Breath, it's just fun. It is just to have fun. That is the only
I
reason it should
imagine
ever
it's the
be.
fucking, as my boss would call it, the redneck ingenuity way of probably like clearing out a field or something if like you were trying to like get rid of like dead grass or some stupid shit.
Yeah. So my dad, I actually bought for Christmas. I got my dad some Dragon's Breath rounds.
You
Yeah,
really?
I did, because he recently got a new
Fucking
12 gauge,
sick.
and he doesn't do them as much anymore because he's kind of got his property the way he wants it to look. But I was telling him if he ever does, excuse me, if he ever does another big fire, because we used I for years I cut down trees with him and everything, and we just do these really big like fires, all the trees that we cut down. I told him, I was like, hey, well, if you're ever gonna do another massive burn or something like that, load one of those up, and light the tinder with it, and I just think that'd be pretty cool to do. He's like, that'd be pretty awesome. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
You just soak it down with some lighter fluid and then shoot it with the dragon's breath. That'd be good to go. It should
That's
be,
fucking.
theoretically at least.
I think it should be a fucking spectacle to say the least.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Even if it is a quick little flop of fire.
yeah, I mean, like, just being able to shoot a fireball, you know,
I don't know. That is fucking sick as hell.
it's just
I
sick.
mean,
Yeah,
even with just like the judge, as fucking hot as the front of your hand is, I imagine that gets. Like, oh,
dude. Fun
the.
fact about that day: Swade technically shot me in the head.
Ah. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to fucking
So we're shooting
clear
those
that up.
410 rounds, and Swade's shooting the 410 at the steel, which 410 cannot penetrate. Well, I don't think 410 could have penetrated the steel that we had out there, but the pellets from the shot go flying, and one hits me in the head, like dead center of the forehead, and ricochet.
I can't even laugh at that, man. Like
Dude,
that. I mean, I'm laughing at the fact that I can't laugh at that. Oh no,
Uh,
bro, what the
I mean, it
fuck?
was funny. It was kind of funny because I didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting just like this
Oh
one stray
Jesus,
pellet. They
dude,
lose.
you know why I feel that way? My biggest phobia for the longest time before I started getting into shooting in the first place was like the thought of like ricochet or the shattering or ricochet off of the shattering of a bullet or whatever. That used to drive me
Oh,
insane.
you thought
And
like that would
like
come back and like pierce through you and
one
hurt?
day, yeah, just one day, just fucking for no reason. Even if everyone was being as safe as possible, I would just get fucking, God, my leg, or some stupid
Yeah.
shit. Now I
My
know, like,
leg.
with the proper distance and yeah, knowing what it penetrates and how hard the thing you're shooting at or how weak
Yeah.
it is for you to actually penetrate it, all that crap.
And that's the
But it's
thing.
actually a
Like,
lot easier to do.
not only it was a really small pellet because they don't typically 410s you don't load much into those 410s. I brought those one day. That one day, those
They're jam-packed, I bet.
those were those fuck you rounds that have like a slug and like a single or like two like double lot little pellets in there. So you're firing like this pointed slug, and not only the slug is coming at you, but two fucking metal ball bearings are being
Oh my
thrown at you
God.
through this fucking Taurus Judge from the smallest shotgun round you can get, just about. That is the ultimate fuck you like ammunition you could get. Like
Fuck you, rounds.
I got
Jesus
those at
Christ.
Academy Sport. I looked at this like this is actually just meant to fuck someone up. Like I didn't think Academy would sell this. It
Fucking
was odd.
Academy or something else.
That's why they were the last two there, and I'm like, I gotta buy these for Nolan. And I didn't. I was not anticipating us all shooting these in one day, so I kind of felt bad that I just bought both of them. I was intending for Nolan to take one home and keep it, but that didn't end up happening.
I mean, I don't know what you expected. Fucking, we're Oonga Boonga Caveman Fire shiny. Of course, we're gonna shoot all that at once.
Pretty
Like
much, yeah.
that was inevitable.
Oh
That's
my god.
fucking wow. That who knew that that topic would actually have way more traction than I thought it would.
Oh yeah,
But
100%, dude. I don't know. I could
oh
keep
wow.
going about this shit to be honest with you.
No, you
I
can.
fucking
Go
love this
ahead.
stuff. And, you know, actually,
Especially since the fact that, oh, I didn't know you did something like that, or like you did that with your dad, or at least like had that lined up for your dad. I think that's adorable
yeah, yeah, I
in
got
its
him.
own gun tomfoolery way.
Yeah, I got him and my brother jacketed hollow points for the 9 millimeters. Hollow points are just a responsible thing to carry if you're gonna carry a gun. You want hollow points in your gun so that FMJs penetrate, but you never know if your bullet's gonna over penetrate. So like if there is somebody attacking you with assumingly with deadly force coming at you, and you have to respond with deadly force in a carry situation, you want to make sure that for one land your shot, but two you want to make sure that whatever you're shooting at is the only thing you're shooting at. Because the one of the basic rules of gun safety, one of the rules of gun safety is know what your target is and what's behind it in case of overpenetration. And with hollows, when they make impact, they splinter. So it does damage to the target, can stop your target, but in the event of overpenetration, the splintering will prevent it from actually, well, ideally harming anyone or anything else. And I think that's a big problem. That's something that a lot of people don't understand,
I was
I
about to
believe.
say, for the longest time, I used to be one of those people who were like, "What's the point of hollow points, bro? They just seem like they're just meant to do more harm, like just to fucking mesh up someone's insides. The fuck's that shit?" But now that I've grown wise to it, well, I mean, especially if you plan on carrying something fucking huge, you know? Some of
Yeah.
these people like to carry around their fucking even just 45s. Like that'll have some serious penetration power, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude, the weight of the bullets are another thing because that can add to the velocity, add to the penetration, add to the damage. Because because for a long time I carried a 1911 45, still have it. Just not my carry as much anymore. The dagger is my typical carry now. I run hollows in it as well. But with that 45, I ran FMJs with it while I was carrying. I was very ignorant to that because I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to spend the money to buy hollow points. But in the event that I needed to use it, in the enclosed environment that I'm in, you shoot somebody with that, it overpenetrates, it goes through a wall, it shoots somebody else that you didn't intend to. Then that's your ass, And being hit by a 40, even if it like slows down, it's not a guarantee that it'll kill somebody, but it's always a possibility.
You could still seriously harm them and fucking, they might not be able to walk again or some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Or
and somebody you
might
never
fuck
even
up a
meant to shoot.
TV, man. Like,
I'm also just throwing this out here. If you shoot somebody, I hope that like it's gonna sound bad, but you're gonna want to hope that you killed them. Because if you shot somebody who was attacking you and they got paralyzed, you don't want that life on them. Like that, like I'm just being serious. Being paralyzed in jail is not a good thing.
oh God. You're literally just a vegetable they have to keep in a fucking lukewarm freezer. Oh no.
It's one of the most it's probably one of the worst things I can possibly imagine for somebody. That is actual
Oh
hell
my
that you put
God.
somebody
You
through.
literally have to. I imagine you have to eat through a fucking straw or tube.
Fuck that, dude. I'm not saying like people who are in that situation need to pass on or anything like that. I'm just saying like if you're the person that could potentially cause somebody to be in that situation, you better hope that you killed them because that is actual hell that you're putting another human
Oh
being
my
through.
God.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, it's just funny for how long I had no idea how like or just important having hollow points were.
Yeah, it's important. Stay up on your training. Don't like if you're able to spend money on ammo, use it. Get comfortable with your weapon, know your weapon, especially if you are going to be somebody who carries a gun around. Like just be responsible. Just don't be an idiot. Don't go around carrying like a fucking AR pistol or something in your fucking pants or some shit like that, There are people that do that, dude. There are actual people out there who do that shit. Carry a fucking AR pistol with them everywhere. Like good on you if you want to or anything, but don't try to conceal carry that shit. Don't try to shove that shit in your pants like a Draco or
Oh my
something.
God, please. Why?
Like
Okay.
I have nothing against if you are, legally carrying and are licensed concealed carrying a, AR pistol in a backpack, which that sounds weird, right? But when you
Is that
think,
even a thing, really?
yeah, people backpack carry.
Huh. Oh,
Especially
wait, that makes sense. People backpack, retard, of
yeah,
course.
people backpack
Did
carry.
it again.
Like because like you go walking around, it's not uncommon people like going on hikes, especially more mountainous areas, to carry something like that. In the
No, that
event,
makes a lot of sense,
yeah,
especially since hobos and fucking animals. Oh my God.
yeah. And I mean, I would understand it more too because of people, like people like mass shootings and stuff like that. People are typically who do those use higher capacity like rifles and things like that. And if you know that there's a possibility that somebody's gonna come out and start shooting up a place, you'd want to have equal firepower, and an AR pistol could provide that equal firepower. So that way you and your loved ones are not at a disadvantage. So I mean, I kind of understand that too. Uh,
It's just hard not to look at somebody and feel like, why the fuck did they have a super high capacity gun on them right now? Weird.
oh no, it's sus as fuck.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. I mean, and I hate to be that guy to be like, oh, look, he's packing. What you packing for, boy? But at the same
Yeah.
time, it depends on what attachments you have. Is where I like start questioning
What the
what
fuck are
the
you
fuck?
doing, bud? Yeah. Like, bro,
I mean,
what
I
the
haven't
fuck,
run
fool?
into that situation ever, really,
No.
other than like I think one of my cousins who showed me his Glock. I think it was a Gen 3 Glock. I think it was a really fancy one because he had fucking. It was definitely a newer model for. On top of having an extended mag, a flashlight, a laser sight, I was like, oh my God.
He had like a
This
Glock
looks like
17
a
or something.
sport. it had to be something. Like I said, it was like a Gen 3 of some sort. I can't remember what Glock version it was, but it
Yeah,
was like a really expensive model.
I'm
I
not super up to date on my Glock knowledge, but
So
I
Gen
do
2,
think.
I believe,
Oh,
correct me if I'm wrong, are where the 19 and 17 are.
yeah, well, I think the
All of
generation
them are.
models are typically relayed to the receiver part, or it's either the upper or the receiver that dictates what generation, or both, honestly. But because all Glocks kind of follow the same model, it's just there are different like functionalities and stuff on each one. So like depending on what type of ammunition they take, design, cuts, barrel lengths, etc. So like you can have like a Gen 5 Glock 19. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I see.
It
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah,
it
I
just
get
all
you. I
kind
get
of
you
comes
now.
up to how
What parts?
yeah, essentially the parts and manufacturing of it. I might be
Yeah, I didn't
wrong
get to
about
know
that.
the
Let me double
different
check that
stuff.
before, somebody who paid for this membership decides to end it because I'm an idiot.
Hey, listen, they paid because they liked what they heard from the get-go, and on the get-go, we are some
Yeah, so
fucking
you can have
scatterbrained
yeah, so
motherfuckers.
you can have like, so let's say models are the numbers, but then generations you can have the different models can come in different generations.
Okay. So yeah,
What
I think it
dictates
was a
a
concealed carry
Glock
version,
19?
so I can't remember what that one is. It was a very small fair, still a 9 mil. But yeah, it was so decked out. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, this is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is the coolest fucking sight I've ever seen. It had like a green glass tint with like a yellow fucking dot sight.
Oh yeah.
I was, dude, this thing was fucking.
I think that's a big difference between like Gen 3 and Gen 5 Glocks though. Is I might be wrong about that. I think Gen 3 might have had the rear mounted sights as well. But like that's one thing. Like with the on the upper receivers where you can mount sights onto it, like as coming from factory mount sights. Gen 5 has that automatically because pretty much anybody who has a 9 millimeter carry typically has a rear mounted sight on it. I don't, but
Yeah.
that's because my dagger, which is a Glock 19 clone, doesn't have rear mounted sights on that barrel or on the
Doesn't really
on
need
the
it, though.
slide. Yeah. Ugh. They're interesting though. I think I'm gonna buy a slide to go on my dagger that'll have rear mounted. I don't know if I want to buy one with a scope already on it or just get a scope later on.
I think you should get a scope later on, just so then you can fucking get something really nice on it, or at the very least have something that truly fits on the slide.
Yeah.
Because I know the ones that come with them, I don't know. I I like having, or at least to me, the idea of having an option of what you really put on there is nice to have.
Yeah, getting a
Because
choice in
what
the
if,
matter.
because what if the slide that comes with it, you end up after a while going, you know what, I kind of like this, you know?
Oh, you can remove the sight from it. The sight from the
Hmm.
slide. I'm talking like a red dot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause my dad actually he got his first 9 millimeter. Yeah, he got a Taurus
I was like, hmm.
G2C um which they didn't have the best rep. And I actually that after firing that gun I wanted to get a 9 mil and that's kind of what sold me on getting a dagger.
Oh,
Because I enjoy like I like the functionality of Glocks, but I didn't want a Glock, so I got a dagger instead.
yeah, again,
I
everyone's
didn't want
not
to
a
become
big
a
fan
Glock
of this.
guy.
Yeah. My
uh,
brother's the same way. What the
I
fuck?
didn't want to be a Glock guy, but
I was,
I did like the Glock functionality and the reliability. I figured, hey, Glock 19 clone. got to be at least somewhat the same. And I actually liked it better than a Glock 19. But
Glock was just bread and butter.
my dad's Taurus, it came with it was a deal at Academy. Came with the Taurus, like with the gun itself, 3 mags, like 3 extra mags, and red dot sight or rear mounted red dot sight for like $300. And so we went out there and we shot it, and we were shooting it, and then my dad was looking. He's like, "Man, the sight's way up in the right for some reason. I don't understand why." And so he just shot it and everything. I looked around for a minute, and then it hit me in the face. The fucking glare from the lens of the sight was on the ground. The adhesive had came off and it slipped out. Yeah, I think he got
Oh
it.
my
He's got it
god.
fixed now, I do believe. But it's like
But
that must be why
still,
that
what?
sight came in that bundle. Yeah, that's why it
Because it's
was there.
ass.
It was
Oh
shit.
no.
Or maybe the site itself wasn't shit, but those that batch was shit. Probably just had a really like bad adhesive on it.
Oh,
They're
they're
just trying to get rid
yeah,
of it.
they're
Yeah,
fuck. But that's
some bullshit,
that's a
dude.
way to find out. You're over here like, oh my eyes, son of
My
a
eyes,
bitch.
what the fuck, dude? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I've been kind of scared to shop at because I've been getting a lot of recommendations when I talk about this stuff about going to like thrift stores and stuff because apparently they have a bunch of used guns and stuff like that.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm kind of scared of going for that exact reason. Finding something and being like, oh, this has a sweet
Oh,
deal. How could I? I
that'll
get it.
definitely
And
happen.
then and then next thing you know, as I shoot it, like 3 shots in, it like falls apart in my hand or some stupid shit like that. Like I'm scared.
I watched these pawn shop deals sometimes. People
Oh
trying to find
boy.
good deals on guns at pawn shops, and some pawn shops are pretty reputable about them. Uh, I can't think of one in Aiken. Maybe the Whiskey
I
Trader.
was recommended one. Oh man, I have to look.
Do you
I
know
had
the name of
somebody
it?
at Academy. No, I have it written down somewhere. I just don't know where it
The only
is.
ones I
I
can
think I
think of
actually
is
have it
either
physically in the
Great Deals
car.
in Pawn or Whiskey Trader.
I think this was the day I went to go get the 45s, and someone had stopped me for a while and was like, we just started talking about random stuff. I think we were talking about magazine capacity or some crap.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, I work at the thrift store here. You should come by. We have pieces there." So I was like, "Oh, okay." I wrote it down. I can't remember what I wrote it down on. I'm like 90% sure it's on one of my fucking work like guest checks or whatever the fuck.
Probably.
But it's in my car. Who knows where the fuck that is?
Yeah, we're chilling. I've always wanted to do that though. I wanted to just like set like $200-300 aside and just go to pawn shops and see what's the best deal I can get for like $300
Oh my god, that would be
and
hilarious.
just go out and test the gun.
I want to believe that there's reputable people out there, but I don't know, man.
I've heard a lot of good things. Like you just got to know what shop to go to.
I guess so. That's mainly what it is.
Uh,
I feel like normally the mindset is, if you get a gun, you might as well get like a factory reset, brand spanking new one. But
Not all the
I
time.
mean,
Used guns have a lot of value because they've definitely proven themselves. They've been through the
well,
ringer.
you could also have something that's similar to it and have pieces for it, like backup parts.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you can have the frame of a gun or receiver of a gun, and
Yeah,
as you're running through, notice that hey, this is failing. I can just order this part, replace it, probably be good to go.
I don't need to order it. I got another one right here.
Yep.
If you're lucky enough to get the exact same model, but I doubt that would be. I don't know how big these libraries of fucking firearms they're gonna have at these thrift stores and whatnot.
Yeah, there's no telling.
I've been to one in Washington State. It was actually a decent size. Like I would say about like wall size kind of like
Yeah.
selection, which I was genuinely impressed by. But I remember very vividly seeing like two that were literally like imagine like that the how they have like submarine images or like these little drone images of like pipes or like ancient like debris that's covered in like moss or like green crap or
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. These two fucking like what I assumed were rifles were. They were just like normal stacks of rifles, and then the last like two, they were just like these big hunk of like rusted, dilapidated like wooden rifles. I'm like,
What the
what am I
fuck?
even what am I even looking at? And why is it on sale? I didn't see
What
the price. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. I was like, what the fuck
the
is
fuck
that?
is this shit? Had to be a
I
collector item.
Now I regret not actually taking a closer look, but I think at the time,
Hmm.
I can't remember what I was looking for. I think I was just looking for like a gag gift or some crap at the thrift store. And
Yeah,
I just so happened to pass by the guns because I mean, the little part of me
the
was always
male
like, ooh,
brain.
guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, oh, over here.
Every guy
But
is interested in guns somehow, some way.
don't lie to yourself. It's there.
If you haven't shot a gun before, you should definitely give it a shot at least once.
Yeah. So many safe ways to do it. I
Yeah.
mean, at the very least, the way I did it was with somebody who's done it at a fire range who's got rental guns.
Yep.
Very good place to start.
Very good place to do it. Safe, reliable. And the best part about it is if you do it and you realize it's not for you, you can at least say you've tried.
Yeah,
Like honestly, it's not for everybody. Not everybody is down for it. It's just how it
I
is.
guess.
Should always give it a
Uh,
shot though. No pun intended.
Too late.
Ah.
But oh man, um, I do think yeah, everyone should shoot. I mm,
Now, I am gonna say this too. You can't just shoot one gun and think like, okay, that's not for me, because all the different calibers, all the different models,
I was about to
you
say.
have to give at least a few things a try. You can't just go out pew pew. Okay, I don't like this. No, you need to try something else because I guarantee you, there's gonna be something that you like about it.
And you wouldn't think you would care about that kind of small stuff, but once you shoot a second, that like I said, another like big. I like that I started shooting really late because I have a lot more ways to contextualize things, but like going from something like a 9 mil to a 45, I think is like a big like beginner handgun jarring difference when it
Yeah,
comes to like shooting a handgun.
it's a really big difference.
But you'd be shocked on the differences in terms of like, yeah, you have more kick with the 45, but with the right pistols, the kick because of the size is also a lot easier to control
Yep,
than
like
something like a
comparing.
9 mil where it's less, but it jerks a lot quicker. I don't know. It's small stuff like that
It's a faster action.
you can only notice, or at least like things that you feel like you notice, you only really start seeing when you start shooting more than one weapon. And just knowing, not only knowing what's out there to, what you like, but like knowing what's out there in case of what you go up against, that might actually be the difference between, making it out and not making it at all.
Yeah, or finding something that could have just missed out on, so a hobby that you might have never really tried before. Or, where am I going with this? A hobby that something that you're able to do with friends, or I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. It's because it's
Fun
like
and
three, four.
practical.
Yeah, it's something fun to do that you might have had a bad experience one time with, but if you gave it another shot, it might be something that you enjoy. You just got to be in the right environment, right situation. Because not shooting ranges aren't for everybody. Being out in somebody's like property on the back porch, quiet area with people that you know and you're comfortable with can make all the difference. Just going out and having fun, if you are interested in doing it, or if maybe you
I
had a
think
bad
about it.
experience and you want to, give it another shot, don't be afraid to.
Yeah, let it be family or close friends if anybody. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I'd have the same reaction as I did before if it weren't for my brother being there at the firing range.
Yeah.
Because some people could be kind of stuffy about not knowing your shit despite going to shoot, even though the only way to know your shit is to go to fucking shoot.
Yeah. Like as hard as a lot of people probably won't believe, you can't just pick up a gun and immediately start nailing targets. You're gonna miss a lot. I've been shooting my pretty much my entire life, and I still miss a lot.
And even when you think, I think I've got it just a little. The next day, fuck, it's gone. Damn
Even
it.
you can put two guns side by side. They're the exact same model, exact same caliber. You know, they're gonna have their quirks in each other. They're just as different as we are.
Ooh, get philosophical.
I mean, yeah, to a degree.
No, I
Yeah.
like it. You're right, though.
Oh man, I like guns. I enjoy guns.
Like I
In
said, I
a fun setting.
Nah, I agree. Guns are nice. I also like getting good with them. That's kind of
Yep.
my thing, is that I like seeing my accuracy get better each time I give it more of a try.
Oh man, we need to go shooting again soon.
I agree.
Yeah, maybe I work this coming weekend, but maybe the weekend after. It'd be nice.
Weekend after. Oh,
Yep,
that'd be fantastic.
that'd be wonderful.
I haven't had any use for the 45 yet because we haven't emptied those out, but that's okay. I'm just gonna shoot it.
I mean, yeah, you can do that. Just save a few of them.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just gonna buy another case, then I go shit.
whatever. Basically, whatever you want to do. Oh man, but yeah, we're reaching about that time where we can send our lovely members into the abyss until next week.
I can hear it in his voice. He's ready for snoof
I'm
snoof.
so tired. I'm ready for bed. I'm hoping that if you're a join member and you're listening to this while you sleep, that you have a good night. And thank you for watching our video and being a
Thank you
member of this channel.
means a great deal to us.
It is,
Hope you sleep well. Hope he sleeps well.
or maybe it's a good morning for you. Good morning, good day. Hope you start your day off right with the Clowntown podcast. You
Take
should
it easy.
take it easy and get your family hooked on the Clowntown podcast. Hope
We're not family friendly.
we're not
No.
family friendly, but get your family hooked
No.
on us.
No.
Make them pay the membership.
Even the children.
Spend your money on the Chieftain Jehovah Variety channel membership for the Clowntown podcast. You want to spend your money on the... I'm joking. All right, take it easy, guys.